January and February brought many. 2026 in fact has been home to great games, and so is March, one of the better months for mobile gaming, so to speak. Hello friends, this is Mobile and here are 15 must-play mobile games of March you should know about. So this has been a very long wait, and thankfully the 7 Deadly Sins region just dropped its official launch trailer. This one's going big. We're talking full multiverse, icons all colliding, a massive open world that looks way larger than anything this series had ever done before, and most importantly, early access kicks off March 16 with the full game launching March 23 on Android and iOS. If you're into high production anime RPGs with scale, this might be the biggest March drop to watch. Combat is tag-based, exploration actually matters, and co-op boss fights are built for multiplayer. Check it out, it's a big game, MMORPG, about 16 gigabytes in total. Quick shout out in case you missed it, Whirlwind's Meat is pulling up again with a massive expansion called the Hixie. Of course, we mentioned it before, it's looking huge, pushes the world even further with a brand new desert region, tougher enemies, deeper lore, and that cinematic energy the game's known for. We're talking sweeping landscapes, more martial arts, serious production value on a massive open world scale. It's a free-to-play game as always, fully online, launching March 6 on Android and iOS. There's also a live stream showcase breaking down everything coming in this expansion, so keep it in mind. Oceanhorn 3 is actually coming back in a big way. Right now the game is only iOS, but promised to land on Android too sometime later. It's 1,000 years later. This time it's not just sailing you're gonna be doing, you're gonna be flying, climbing, dungeon crawling, doing pretty much full fantasy cardio. It's got big Zelda energy, a nice chunky 20-hour story, and most importantly, to begin with, it's coming to Apple Arcades only for now on March 5. Check it out in case you missed it. Poppy Playtime Chapter 5's creeping onto Android, maybe on iOS, this March. You already know what that means, the factory doors are opening again, and things are about to get darker. If you haven't seen the game yet, way more intense. They're making it optimized so you can take the scares any way you want. Hopefully, if you have been following the story, this is the continuation you've been waiting for, so there's no better time to step in when it's out. New monsters, puzzles, and that slow burn tension coming out, in fact, rumored by the end of the month. Look guys, although we don't really have a lot to go by here, Kingdom Rush 6 Genesis just got announced, and this is the big one. The old tower defense sits back on Android and iOS, and even Steam, shaping up to be the biggest entry yet. More heroes, reimagined maps, fresh mechanics, and that classic strategy charm the series is known for. Clocking lanes, upgrading towers, outsmarting with tight planning and perfect timing. If you've been rocking with Kingdom Rush since the early days, this is that evolution. If you're new here, there ain't no better time to jump in either. Trust me, this one's gonna be massive. Most of you know, Subnautica is simply the mightiest PC to mobile port we've ever had hands on since PC to mobile ports became a thing. The game was so successfully ported, developers took it even further. In no longer than a month, Subnautica's next chapter, Below Zero, is landing on Android and iOS, which is technically Subnautica with a frozen twist. The story is now you're chasing your sister through this ice world and alien terrains, poking around, resource gathering, and habitat building. There's gonna be new tools, vehicles, fully voiced new characters, heat management, which is gonna add a lot more pressure, but then thankfully it's got some lighter scares at this time. Also a smaller map since it's sort of a DLC. Final Fantasy Dissidia Duellum, which we think we mentioned maybe once on the channel, long time ago, is now finally pulling up on mobile, and this one's switching things up in a big way. It's 3v3 action RPG with your favorite Final Fantasy legends thrown into modern day Tokyo. We're talking Cloud, Lightning, Sephiroth, the squad, fighting all monsters in the middle of the city like it's just another Tuesday. It's a PvP versus environment, so you're fighting enemies while racing other players, teams to take down the final boss. Strategy matters, team comps matter here, timing matters, and the character interactions seem pure fun service energy right now. It's launching March 31st, and if you're a Final Fantasy fan, this is one to watch.
What an amazing show.
Speaking of watch, well, Overwatch is a mobile game in the making called Rush. I mean, sure you know about the project, but did you know it's not a straight port? Yeah, it's actually a top-down, isometric reimagining of the series. Same heroes, same iconic abilities, but redesigned for faster, tighter mobile action. There's familiar maps, simplified controls, team-based goodness, tuned for touchscreen play. So no, it's not the original Overwatch 1 in your pocket, it's a spin that, keeps the core DNA intact. Anyway, testing's rolling out in selected regions soon, so this is just still early days, but if Blizzard nails the balance soon by the end of March, well, Overwatch Rush could be a serious comeback.
47. We have been tasked with eliminating Lilith Devereaux.
Hitman World of Assassination just dropped a new elusive target. This one's got a serious pull. We've seen this before. Mila Jovovich steps in as what's called the Harbinger. We heard this expansion was coming out in February. It just hit today. It's going out for another month. This Harbinger here is a ruthless CEO with a deadly reputation. And of course, well, Agent 47 is on the job. If you know elusive targets, you know the rules. One shot, no retries, plan it perfectly or live with the consequences. That's what makes it intense. Every move counts. On top of that, there's a new DLC pack, Patient Zero Requiem, landed on the store, brought fresh contracts, weapons, gadgets, etc. It's live now on iOS until March 24. Already available in China. Dave the Diver is coming in the West and it's just looking great. In fact, it's downloaded nearly 1 million times in China. It's just a quick reminder, of course, since the game is a few weeks away. Apparently, it has controller support, offline play, and it's already a hit. Developers have fully overhauled this for mobile with optimized controls, tilt mechanics, much more. Heaven Falls just opened pre-registration, and if you're into anime squad-based strategy games as well, once again, this one's looking super clean. It's a full tactical RPG where you build team, position, and actually think. Real strategy, real synergy, real team comps. The character designs seem all top tier, big ultimates. It's got that satisfying turn-based stuff that rewards planning. The pre-registration actually matters. They're giving out milestone rewards, including free units at launch, so early players eat good. If you like games where team building, clutch play decides everything, this is it. The full game, however, globally is coming out March 5. Up and coming at number 12 of the one and only Mongrel Star Dive. Like, it's low-key pulled up out of nowhere when it was announced. It's just wild. We almost missed it back then. This is a full-on action RPG built in Unreal Engine 5, and it looks insane. Like, clean animations, good combat, big monsters, a whole package. It's actually the revival of a decade-old franchise, believe it or not. But now it's fully voiced, global, and polished like a AAA. It's in beta right now, but the full launch hits March 26th on Android and iOS. If you're into high-budget mobile action RPGs with serious visual power and a big boss energy, keep it on your radar, man. This has also been a long time coming. Jetpack Joyride Racing finally lands March 19. It might be exactly what you'd hope for if you've ever wanted Barry behind a steering wheel. The game turns a jetpack joyride pace into a full-on multiplayer racing madness. You drift, boost, slam into walls with up to 6 players online, or you can team up in a party mode, basically pure nonsense. Looks wild, obstacles are relentless, timing's the key. Simple to pick up as always, brutal to master, definitely looks like it. There's no ads, so to speak. It's a half brick plus game, so you need a subscription for $2.99 to play the game. I'm assuming most of you saw the recent shotgun chess game we talked about a couple days ago and even before. Well, here's a stepsister from another mother, if that makes... Anyway, the game is called Gambonanza. Think classic chess but turbocharged with roguelike runs and gambits that rewrite the rules and just non-stop mayhem on the board. You're not just pulling pieces in check, you're hunting, smashing through mini bosses and leveling up between rounds for bigger combos. Strategy game, of course, it's chess, but ridiculous just in a great way. If you loved Balatro or the other game Shotgun King, within Gambonanza takes that energy and turns it up to 11.5. On another hand, Radiant Guardians Elite is sort of a new kind of beat 'em up. So it's not here to autoplay, but it's an RPG brawling game where you actually fight, dodge, combo, cast spells, and smash waves inside a castle. The game's actually fully playable offline with solo adventure and a co-op support if you wanted to team up. You can even jump into a roguelike mode for replay value. Here's how it looks. It's launching on Android and iOS and might be for players who miss skill-based brawling the pocket kind. No idle mechanics here, just button mash, and it's coming out by the end of the month. And of course, last but not least, we've got the game Subway Surfers City, which is still Subway Surfers. The difference is just the structure. Alongside the classic endless runs, you've got proper level-based sections, it's just tied to different parts of the city, which sort of gives your runs a little bit of endpoint. The movement's been tweaked with things like stomp moves, speed pads, and shields, but nothing really breaking the flow. It looks cleaner, runs smoother, not a reinvention of course, just a smarter sort of remake. Thanks for watching, really hope you enjoyed. Let me know which one's your favorite. I'll see you again soon.